All right, what's up, everybody? Ave Satanas, Ave yourself. I hope you're all doing well. So check this out. Today, I am going to be telling you guys, uh, giving you a page from my book that I think you're going to be quite interested in hearing. All right, so we're going to be talking about what happens the moments right after you die. Now, what makes me qualified to tell you about this? Well, give you a little backstory about me. I'll make this quick because it's not really a part of my life that I like talking about a lot. But in my late, like 18 to like 26, no, 18 to like 30, those years, there's 12 years, I was heavily into drugs. Uh, I was in a successful rock band. We were opening up for a lot of national acts, that there were money, girls, drugs, whatever you want. Like backstage, they would give you these cases like of free beer, like just for your band. You would tell them like you could tell them like all I want is this like a bowl of red Skittles, and they would make that happen for you. Like if you wanted to be that petty, like you hear those stories about like Britney Spears and shit saying something like that. We weren't that petty. We are just like, man, give us 2 cases of Bud Light and give us a bottle of Jack Daniels. That's all you need. We'll be fine, right? So, and even still, for one night for 5 people, maybe six if you got an extra stage hand or whatever, is a lot of fucking alcohol. So, anyway, um, yeah. So I was really have usually using perks perks because I was diagnosed with all kinds of medical shit going on, arthritis, carpal tunnel from all the years of drumming. You know what I mean? My hands and shit were all elbows starting to get messed up. So uh that ended up perks didn't work anymore. So somebody showed me heroin and sniffed it, and then eventually they showed me how to use it. And I was like, ah! Once I found that, I was like, that now I done found it now. But I just did it too much, guys. Too much of a good thing. It it, it throws you into a downward spiral. I'm not going to tell you not to use drugs. All right. If you can't use them responsibly, uh, don't. Right? Because if life is all about balance. All right. If you are using drugs and it's out of control, and you're going 280 miles an hour in this Lamborghini on the back roads, eventually you're going to crash that son of a bitch. But if you're in a responsible car, going responsible in it, you could probably drive that thing forever and not have any problems. All right. Pretty simple. So, anyway, this is what ends up happening. What happens right after you die? Well, I overdosed. If I told you the exact number of times I overdosed, it was like 7 overdoses. And over those times of the 7 overdoses, I was clinically, I pronounced clinically dead. Sometimes none. All right, and there was other like 4 times, where I was at one particular hospital where I overdosed twice, back to back weekends, and well, it was two weekends apart from each other. And uh, the head doctor, this light skinned lady, came up to me and said, "Listen, Mr. Summers, I want to tell you something. The last couple times you've been in and out of this emergency room, me and my team have pronounced you clinically dead 9 times. And if you are a cat with 9 lives, you're out of chances. And when you leave out of here, I want you to take a good look at your life and don't leave out this door the same way you came in. Make sure you change because you ain't gonna last too much longer doing this." And that was crazy. Right? That was all right. So that was one of the things that finally started like getting me. go in the right direction. So anyway, and there were other times I was overdosed before that. Plus, I had a stroke, which I ended up having this like out of body experience with that, and so all kinds of things have happened to me. So let me tell you what happens right after you die when you pronounce clinically dead. How first of all, how many people here have ever had an astral projection experience? Some of you probably have. Um, I have had well, 100, 200 astral projection experiences in my life. I can't control my astral projection experiences. When they happen, they happen. Usually, I can do it only when I'm sleeping. I have sat right here in this chair and meditated long enough, and I've left my body once, which was a little bit different than the whole sleeping thing. But we're not here to split hairs on that. Also, well, excuse me, I have a cold. My nose is running. But so okay, so let me tell you this story right quick. After I have had all these experiences, like with death, I was laying in my bed right there. Because of my stroke, guys, this room that I'm living in it. It's really cheap. I'm renting it out from a family member, and it's this is my office. This is my ritual space. This is my bedroom. This is everything right now because I am in a transition phase because I had a stroke last year. I was paralyzed on the right side of my body from right here, my right arm down for about 5 weeks. And yeah, and then I started craziness, man. But the last year has been a recovery thing for me. I am labeled disabled now. So for the temporarily disabled at least, so that's the deal with me. But anyway, as I was laying in that bed over there, I just did a huge ritual dealing with gnosis, ghost spirit communications, and I was messing with EMPs and I was doing all kinds of stuff because I am into necromancy. I don't like use the sound hear voices, but yeah, times I hear people say shit and nobody's around, especially when I'm sleeping. Um, so I was in that bed. I looked over this chair, and my ex-wife, who did die of a drug overdose, was sitting right here in this chair, and I could hear her voice. I forgot how long her hair was. It was pulled out in a ponytail, and she's sitting here and she's talking what looks like on the phone, and she's trying to be quiet, like not talking too loud, because obviously maybe I'm sleeping. She don't want to wake me, kind of thing. Like I just remember that from all the times that we were in that kind of situation when we were married for the 13 years of our life. It was like that exact scenario playing out. Now, excuse me. Ugh, okay, excuse me. So I wake up, open my eyes, and I am as awake as I am right now. And I'm looking over here and I see in Jessica, but everything has got like a blue haze to it, and things aren't real sharp and crisp looking. Um, it's almost like I'm underwater. And am I still rolling? Yeah, I'm still rolling. It's almost like I'm underwater. And I know from all the previous times dealing with spirits and whatnot that if once I move, once I reach out, they're gonna be gone. They disappear that quick. So and when you ever hear people say, I thought I saw grandpa, like I looked over real quick and he was gone, right? When these experiences happen, you have got to be real chill. Like these experiences, if you have one of them in your life, you uh it's pretty rare. I have had so many guys. I think maybe having all these near death experiences, being at that crossroads all these times may have had something to do with it. I have had experiences when I was a child, and That whole there's other videos that explain shit in my other videos. Okay, so go back and watch those videos. I can't bring put all this stuff into a new video of old stuff. But anyway, she was sitting there and talking, and I'm looking at her for probably 15 seconds. That's a long time. Think about it. One, two, three, four, five. That's a long time to be looking at somebody. And it's not like I opened up, thought it was and gone. No, she was there. And I remember I was like, man, if I sit up, say something, she's gonna be gone. So I go, Jets. That was her name. And she's still here talking. I'm looking at her for like another 10 seconds. I was like, you know what, Mick? I'm just going to see what happens this time. So I sit up like a foot and reach out as Jets and bam, gone, totally gone. Now I play music by natural beats when this when I'm sleeping, like meditation music. Her voice that she was talking to, and it was her voice that her voice instantly switched back to the binatural beats. So there was some sort of parallel between that, but it's like looking underwater. You know the story in the Bible? Okay, I tell you guys, the Bible's a metaphor. It's an allegory. Don't say the Bible is all bullshit because it's not. The Bible is trying to tell you deep esoteric stuff, man, like deeper meanings that throughout the ages uh, there was a writing style 2,000 years ago that people knew this about astrology, how Jesus is the Son of God. The sun dies in the sky for 3 days from the 22nd to 23rd, it's 24th, and it doesn't move. And then on the 25th, the sun starts to rise again. And like that is an allegory for how the Lord died for 3 days and then rose again. It's an allegory, it's a story, it's a metaphor that they're trying to tell you. And back then, people knew this stuff, but the writing style doesn't exist anymore, and people take it for face value. So anyway, oh Jesus Christ. Also, like when it talks about like Noah and his ark and all uh the ox that he takes in, like, and the rams, like those are all astrological signs, guys. They're talking about astrology. Uh, the snake and the serpent, the serpent. They're talking about the astrological sign Draco. If you guys have never heard of, I'll leave a link down below of it's called astral theology. Look into it. That's if you guys want to know the real truth behind things. That's it. So anyway, what's it like to die? So once you die, dying hurts. It can, like up to the point of dying. Like I was suffering, couldn't breathe. They pulled me out in a body bag, took me into to the hospital, right? And then uh, well, when you truly die, it does. No, it's just you step out of your body. It's all. It's just like if you were to sit up like this, but your real body's still there, and you it's just like being here right now when you actually die. Have you ever had an astral projection experience? I mean, astral projection experiences can be terrifying. I know I have been dead before, but astral projection experiences, they are much more intense. It makes you feel like you're sick to your stomach. Um it's not really a pleasant experience. You have to get used to it. You gotta have to do this. I probably had to do it 50 times before I got used to it enough that I could calm down and start to kind of move around. But the second that you even think about your body again, you're going right back into it. Back to the Bible story. That's why Jesus said uh to Peter, which by the way, this probably never happened. It's an allegory. He said uh that he started to sink into the water and he said, what little faith do you have? Like, and grabbed a hold of him and like he was probably going back into his body. It's because he was like walking on water. That's what this shit is like. And And as soon as you think about your body going back in, Jesus grabbed a hold of him and said, "What little faith do you have? You don't believe that you can't do this?" All right. See where this is going? So don't say the Bible's full of shit. The Bible is a story to tell deeper esoteric stories. It's a story, guys. It's the greatest story ever told to tell you guys some real shit. All right. But that's what it's like, man. I remember the first time I overdosed, nothing happened. It was just darkness. And I do remember a feeling of peace, right? And as soon as I woke up in my body, man, I had a tube down my throat, couldn't breathe. God, that sucked. Uh, had a catheter in, man. My dick didn't work for right for like 3 days. It was all fucked up. But then um, then what ended up happening was the next time I do remember stepping outside of my body and being able to see the nurses, or they didn't were like "Ha," they weren't doing that to me. They were messing with some sort of like IV with me, and immediately I just woke up back in my body. So that was weird. Um, because when I came back, I said to the nurse, I was like, "You're the one that administered this to me." She's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I was don't worry about it. And so that was strange, man. It's a very strange feeling. It's like walking on water. That's what it's like. Um, if you guys want to learn more about how to have these experiences, there's all kinds of videos out on the internet. You have to decalcify your pineal gland. That's the big one. Learn meditating. Uh, you have to stop putting fluoride and metals into your body. Stop eating processed foods. I'm not going to tell you to stop eating meat. A lot of people will tell you that. Uh, I still eat meat, not a lot of it. I don't eat nearly as much meat as I used to. Uh, but I still have astral projection experiences eating meat, like processed foods, all that other stuff is very bad. Take your vitamins, take care of yourself, exercise, all that stuff, man. Um, but meditation is a real big one. Okay. If you guys want to hear more stories about this kind of stuff, all right. Thank you guys for listening. Ave Satanas. Ave yourself. Till next time.